GEN.YAHANNA, and our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who are according to the Bible, and that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. You understand? And I know what you're thinking, this ain't a normal class day, and it's not. But we're going to get it in for a little bit. This ain't going to be a whole class, but it's some things that we need to bring out, man, because right now, the world is in fear. The world is in fear. And let me tell you something. Well, let me rephrase that back. The earth is in fear. You understand? The earth is in fear. Now, there's a certain world that shouldn't be afraid out here. And that world is the world of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Understand what the Lord is doing now. The Lord is doing this for a reason. He's doing this to purge the world of wicked, foul beasts that's been ruling over the world for far too long, man. This is just a little something, man. The Lord, he woke up and said, and made corona spread. You understand? He yawned and this stuff started spreading. This is nothing but a small work of his, and look what it's done. You get what I'm saying? At the beginning of this corona thing, 80 oppressors died and the world shut down. You get what I'm saying? 80 of them died all over the world. 80 oppressors died and the world shut down. You get what I'm saying? But meanwhile, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are dying by the boatload, and nothing has ever changed about the world. And when I say boatload, I mean that literally. Have you not forgot your own history, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian? How he was brought to America? How many of us died on the boats over here to America? Over here to Babylon? We literally died by the boatloads. And nothing was done. Nobody cared. Nobody batted an eye. The world kept circulating. But 80 oppressors die from a virus, and the world shuts down. The world shuts down. The whole time Trump was talking about closing up the borders to keep Hispanics out, like Hispanics is doing something. Well, let me ask you something. What disease had the Hispanics brought over here? Even when you think about it, because there was a point in time when, remember that Spanish flu back in the day? Right. The Spanish flu. Let me ask you something. Where did that Spanish flu originate from? It originated from the white man. You understand? That Spanish flu came from the Spaniards. You understand? From the Spaniards. The Spaniards. When you're a Spaniard, you know what that means? That means that your father is white. That's what that means. There's a difference between a Spaniard and a Mexicano. You get what I'm saying? Our brothers are the Mexicanos. The Spaniards are the enemies. That Spanish flu came from the Spaniards. We know the history of oppressors carrying all type of diseases. And like I said, Trump trying his best to shut down these borders to keep their Hispanic brothers out. And look what happened. He's talking about the Hispanics as the #1 immigrants on the face of the planet. They're coming over here. They're doing this. They're doing that. Let me tell you something. The Hispanics weren't doing anything but taking care of their families and the whole goddamn country. That's what they was doing. They've done what every good slave has done since the beginning, whenever they get taken into captivity, and that's make the place that their captivity flourish. That's what we do from Egypt, from our first stint in Egypt to now. That's all we do. Like Joseph. When you think about Joseph, what did he do with Egypt? He made Egypt flourish, did he not? Who built the pyramids? Was it not the slaves that built the pyramids? You look at everything that's glorious about Egypt. Let me tell you something. The slaves built it. Them was done by black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You get what I'm saying? The Jews of the Bible. Like I said, Trump wants so bad to kick our Hispanic brothers out and kick them out. But look who's over here bringing the diseases. It's the Moabites. That's who. The Moabites bring it, and the European is the #1 carrier of it. That shows you, man. And let me tell you something, man. This right here, this disease that's going on, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, this is a disease from the Most High. You need to look at this, and you need to be happy for this, man. You need to be happy for it. You starting to see Babylon fall. You starting to see the transition into the power structure and how it's coming to play. Understand, we need for these other nations to fall. You know why? So we can be on top. Two nations can't rule at the same time. Two people can't be in rulership at the same time. That's not how it happens. You don't go to any country and see two kings, do you? Two kings. We're co-king. We're running this. This is a co-kingdom here.
Right.
I'm king and he's king. I'm king Mondays and Wednesdays. He's kings Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's how we do this. No, that's not how it works. Even the animals understand this. Lions and hyenas ain't competing they're not coming together to be friends and family. They're competing against each other. We need to understand that we need to be competing against each other out here, man. I guarantee you, if it was a disease that went around and all the hyenas was dying off, the lions wouldn't give two damns about it. They wouldn't. And vice versa. If it was a disease going around in Africa killing off all the lions, the hyenas wouldn't care. You know what they say? Yeah, clap it up. Like, man, clap it up for whatever's killing them. You get what I'm saying? And that's what we need to be doing. We need to be clapping it up, man, and giving the Most High a hand. As a matter of fact, I want to pull something else real quick if I could. I want to pull something else. Let's pull. Let's pull Deuteronomy. No, we're not going to go to Deuteronomy. We're going to go to. In fact, matter of fact, read what you got. We're going to start in the book of Obadiah real quick. That's where we're going to start at. I want to start there real quick. Let me find this precept I'm looking for. Start in the book of Obadiah, man, because it's something you need to understand, man. You need to understand that this is out here for one group of people, man. What's going on now is out here for one group of people, and we shouldn't be afraid of it. We shouldn't want it to go away. We should want it to be to take over the world. That's what we should want. We should want this to spread through the world. Let's get the book of Obadiah real quick.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord
Go ahead.
God, convince, concerning Edom.
Edom. Yep. Talking about the oppressor.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord and ambassador.
Yep, an ambassador. And before you finish that, we about to get into that. But I found what I was looking for. Let me get Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. Yep. Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. Because what we don't consider, like we see all this stuff happening, man. We see all these viruses. We see who is mainly killing. Like I said, it killed 80 oppressors and the world shut down. What do you think would have happened if it had killed 80 blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians?
Right.
Would the world have shut down? Or would it have just been another work day? You understand? Let me tell you something. Like I said, we've been dying by the boatload. Diabetes has killed way more people than this corona. But yet they still serving us stuff that make us get diabetes in our neighborhoods, right? High blood pressure, heart disease, eating all these unlawful foods. You got it? 7 to 13. Yep, 7 to 13. All right, most high Christ. Like eating all this unlawful food, eating pig. You get what I'm saying? Eating shrimp, crab, and lobster. That's killing people. You understand? You're getting heart disease from that. You're getting diabetes from that. You're getting all type of wicked diseases from that. And guess what you do? You continue to eat it. This is killing black folks in record-breaking numbers. Black folks is dying by the millions eating this crap. Did the world shut down? Did the world shut down? Abortion is killing millions of black babies. You understand? Millions. Did the world shut down? Or did it keep pushing? It kept going, right? But here we are with this corona, and it kills 80 Europeans off top. 80 off top. And the world shut down. They shut down the schools. They shut down the grocery stores. The world is on quarantine. The world is on quarantine. And I'll tell you what's funny to me. This is funny to me. It's sad at the same time. But it's funny because like this goes to show you the heart of brothers and sisters. Master sick? And so we sick, Master? We Corona's, Master? Oh no, Master, the world is coming to an end, Master. Because in their mind, let me tell you something. It's the European world that's coming to an end. But in a Christian mindset, it's their world that's coming to an end. Because they cannot see themselves on planet Earth without their oppressor.
Right.
They cannot see themselves on planet Earth without their oppressor. That is, listen, that's a nightmare to them. Leadership and rulership, black ownership, all black everything. Like the rapper say, I can't remember his name. Is that Jesus said that all black everything? All black everything? That is a nightmare to a Christian. You get what I'm saying? Like the Christian feels like, how can he survive without it? He has to be able to have the oppressor's approval. You get what I'm saying? And one thing that you so-called Christians never did was this. Never for 1 second think that this plague may have been sent by the. You know what I'm saying? Read that again. Because this is what a Christian does not consider at all. He only, you know what he considers? You know who is the Christian's God? Who is the Christian God? Who does he worship? Now,
Well, what do we need you to do?
who does Christianity worship?
White God.
And by default, who does they worship?
Yep.
No, he close. He worships the white man.
Right.
That's who Christianity worships. They worship the white man. When we say consider the works of God, when that scripture says that, they don't envision any black, Hispanic, or Native Indian whatsoever. They don't consider them brothers. You know what they consider? Consider the works of God. When a Christian reads that, who is he considering? Just them. He's considering the European. He's considering the Chinese, the Japanese. He's considering the African. He's considering everybody but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because whenever blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians die, nothing is considered. Nothing is cared for. Nothing is done. Who cares? That's the philosophy. Who cares? When blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian dies, that's how they feel. Who cares? Who gives a damn? I know I don't. That's how they feel. You know what I'm saying? This plague right here is sent from the Lord. Did you ever consider that? Did you ever consider that the Lord sent this plague to maybe wake you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian Christians up to get you to start to separate? You see who's dying from it. You get what I'm saying? Trust me, if black people was dying from this, it would be plastered all over the news to help instill more fear in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Because anything that keeps a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian in fear is good for their oppressor. That's why all the imagery is negative imagery to put you in fear of your own people, as well as to make the other nations afraid of you too. You get what I'm saying? Only time you're not afraid of a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian is when they're a goddamn homosexual. When they're a homosexual, when they sweeter than sweet potato pies with sugar on them. You get what I'm saying? That's the only time you're not considered a threat. But when you are strong black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you're considered a threat. Even though you've never done anything, you don't have a criminal history, you've never committed a crime, you never did any of this, you're still considered a threat. I can prove it. It's simple. Only thing you have to do is see how the Europeans react to you. If you're not considered a threat, answer me this. How is it that unarmed black kids are gunned down, but white school shooters are taken alive? Explain that. If you're not considered a threat, how is it that unarmed black kids are gunned down, but white school shooters get taken alive? And before they get locked up, they get taken to Burger King and get burger and fries and a milkshake and a pop.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Here he is, just got through murdering people. They uncuff him so he can eat. Before we lock you up, Tommy, here. Know you're hungry. Killing all them niggers was hard work. He's like, I kill white people. Don't worry about that. We're just going to do the body count on the ones we don't like. You get what I'm saying? That's how they are. But black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, Christians, here's what you got to do. Read that again.
Consider the work of God.
Consider the work of God. Consider that the Most High is making this happen for a reason, man. Maybe it's time for you to quit being a slave and learn how to be free. It ain't no, if Master sick, we sick. It's he's sick and stay the hell away from us. You understand? You better believe that if this thing was on the other foot, and it was something that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians had done to cause a major pandemic around the world, that you would be quarantined in your own goddamn ghetto. You understand? You would be quarantined in the ghetto. You would be confined to your house. It'd be a cop for every black household sitting outside the house, making sure a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man don't walk out. You get what I'm saying? But the world wouldn't shut down. They would just shut your world down. You get what I'm saying? The earth wouldn't shut down, just your world. Let me rephrase it that way. The earth is shut down right now. And don't worry about it. We're gonna pull it in the scriptures. But before I do that, I want to show you who this is for. I want to show you who this plagues is for. Just like we just brought out. Consider the works of the Most High. You understand? Consider the works of the Most High. This is his works. You got to put that in your mind. You got to get out of your Christian heart that you could pray your way out of this. You can't pray your way out of this. You get what I'm saying? Christian, quit praying for your enemies. That's a damn shame that you pray for the same people that murder you every day. But your brother next to you, the brother that offended you, that's really your neighbor, that other black man, Hispanic man, or Native Indian man that done something that maybe you don't like, you don't pray for him. In fact, you curse him. You want him dead. That's what you want. That's what you Christians want. You want him dead. You done cut family off for owing you $5 goddamn. You don't talk to them. You ain't talked to them in years over $5. But here the oppressor has enslaved you, tortured you, murdered your people, raped your mothers, raped your daughters, did every foul thing on the face of this planet, killed so much that the planet is cleansing itself right now. That's what the earth is doing. The earth is purging itself. It's cleansing itself. It can't take it no more. The Lord cannot take it no more. You get what I'm saying? It's like that one movie, The Happening, when the trees was pushing out the poison. They're going to mess around and find out that this corona's coming from the trees. So the trees is turning the carbon dioxide into corona. Like that movie. That's what it's going to come down to, man. Because the oppressor has been such a wicked beast, killing everything, man. And like I said, I'm going to prove that this is just for him, man. We about to get it. Let's get back to the book of Obadiah. Because I want to show you who the oppressor is. We about to get it. Let's rock it out real quick, soldier. Book of Obadiah. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, separate yourself from these people before you end up dying of their cooties. You get what I'm saying? You need to treat them like as werewolves versus vampires.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You understand everything else in the movies. When it comes to movies like that, you understand that you got to pick a side. It's time to pick a goddamn side. And you know what side we chose? We chose the side of the Most High. You ain't gonna see us trying to save nobody but blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's all we care about. There's only one way to protect yourself, and that's to get an I.S.U.P.K under Commander Gen.YAHANNA. Let's rock it out.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1.
Go ahead.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord concerning Edom.
Edom. Listen, Now we know who Edom is. Edom is the nation that comes from Esau. You understand? Esau is who? The oppressor. The oppressor is who Esau is. Let's get some more on the scriptures.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord,
We have heard a rumor from the Lord. Keep going.
and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye,
Keep going.
and let us rise up against her in battle.
Keep going.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Right. Listen, made them small amongst the heathens. Nobody respects America. Nobody. You know the only people that say that they American, you know the only people that say that is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Listen, man, I've worked with a Hamite, right? He's been over here for a long time, for a couple of years now. I asked him, I did it to prove a point. Like, it's funny, though, because when I be dropping knowledge on the other Jakes, these dudes are so Christianized, man. It's pathetic. Like, they really just love the white man. They love America. They happy being slaves. I call them both slaves. They had the nerves to get offended. And I didn't give a damn because you are. I said, man, that's a slave mentality. Here you go blaming black people for black people problems. You get what I'm saying? You're not considering the fact how we put in the situation, how we put in the situation to murder, pillage, rape, and rob. The reason we're put in that situation is because the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Why are we put in that situation? Like, if you ever seen the movie Gangs in New York, right? When the Irish came over here, right? They was what? Raping, pillaging, murdering, robbing. They was doing what they had to do to try to survive, right? Okay, so when America intervened, right? Did they put all of them Irishmen in jail?
Right.
Did they murder them? What did they do? They gave them careers. They gave them jobs. They gave them generational wealth. That's where your policemen come from. That's where your firefighters come from. You get what I'm saying? That's where your contractors come from. They got a union. They got all of that. They got generational wealth now. Where's our generational wealth? We don't have any. Where's the one job that you can see that you can see and you can be like, that's what all the black people do? It's like when you see a firefighter, you know that them is all Irishmen. They'll tell you in a minute. You get what I'm saying? That's why they love pagan holidays like St. Patrick's Day. You always see the fire truck in the St. Patrick's Day parade, do you not? You don't see them in no Black Expo parade. You don't see them in that parade. You get what I'm saying? But you do see them in the Irish parade. You know why? Because that's their roots. That's where they're rooted out of. We got some questions online? If anybody got any questions, go ahead and type them in. We're going to get it in. Let's get some more in the scriptures.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 2. Verse 2.
Yep.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Keep going. Thou art.
Thou art greatly despised.
Listen, the world hates America. Over in Iraq, they burn American flags. You get what I'm saying? China don't give a damn about America at all. That's why they come over here, and when you go into their Chinese restaurant and you think you eating chicken, they serving you dog. If you wanted some dog, you could have killed your own goddamn dog and ate it. But they don't give a damn about you or your customs and what your eating habits are, none of that. They here to take your money. They here to take your land. They here to take whatever they can. They hate America. They come over here and they take your money. They love your money, but they hate you. You get what I'm saying? They hate the oppressor. They'll never be friends with the oppressor. They do what everybody does. They know how to fake in the enemy's face. Only people who can't fake in the enemy's face and truly love their enemy is a Christian. A Christian really does love their enemy. They don't love their neighbor, who is other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but they love their enemy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? They love their enemy. They love their true enemy. Let me put it like that. Because if you have an enemy with your brother or another black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you know what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to try to make peace. But you refuse to do that. You rather make peace with the people who got a generational history of murdering you. Let me tell you something. All them KKK members and stuff that you used to see back in the days, when you see the old videos and the old pictures of them hanging blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, murdering black people, raping black women, and doing all these things, let me tell you something. They just didn't die off. You know what they did? They had kids. And guess what them kids are doing? They're carrying on the legacy of their forefathers. I can prove it. There's a video going around right now of our soldier, Officer Itazar, here in the Naptown school, right? Only thing he did was tell the devil that she can't park in front of our school. That devil went off. You can't tell me where to park, nigger. Kicked over the son. Like, she showed true hatred. True hatred. You get what I'm saying? Let me ask you something. Where was the love at? Where was that Christian? Where was that Christian love at? For all you dumb people out here talking about that like really thinking racism has went somewhere, that racism is no more, that America was great under Obama and all this other crap, like you's a goddamn fool. That's what you are. Racism is stronger than ever. It's flourishing. You understand? It's flourishing. Donald Trump is making sure it's flourishing. For Donald Trump to shut down the world because 80 oppressors died, let me tell you something. That's racism. 80 brothers died in Chicago due to gun violence. Did the world shut down? Remember that? It was in a weekend. A bunch of brothers died in Chicago. The world didn't shut down.
Right.
Listen, let me tell you something. 80 oppressors died at a music concert when another oppressor decided to take his gas-powered AR-15 and just cut that music down. Like, the world didn't change. You get what I'm saying? You know why it didn't change? Because they understand one thing. When it's white on white, you get what I'm saying? When it's white on white, it's not looked at as an enemy. You get what I'm saying? It's looked at as a problem between brothers. That's what it's looked at. So when you see these massive school shootings, these massive Walmart shootings, all these wicked things happening when it's white on white crime and nothing is being done about it, the reason nothing is being done about it is because they understand one thing, that that's a problem between brothers. Once more, that's how a white school shooter is able to get taken alive, because they don't see him as an enemy. They see him as a brother. Man, my brother's upset. Let me try to take him alive, man. No, Timmy, don't point the gun at me, Timmy. I don't want to have to shoot you. Like, that's how they talk to him. Like, they talk them down. They know how to talk a white school shooter down, a white Walmart shooter down. They can talk them down. But an unarmed black kid, there's no talking to him. He just pulls right up and guns him down. I remember one clip, Officer Makabaugh posted it. And I don't know if it was his original clip or how I got on Facebook, but I remember I seen it on his page where a cop pulled up. It was a black kid running. He was running from the police. The cop shot the kid down through his goddamn windshield, sir. He didn't even get out the car and shoot. He was chasing him in the car. Boo, 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 through the windshield. Shot him through the windshield of his car. Unarmed. He's running from the police. You clearly see his arms doing this right here. Like, there's no weapon in him. He's getting little through the woods. He's out of there. You know what I'm saying? He went from being this big to this small. That cop couldn't keep up with him. He had to hop in the car and try to run him over. He got the zigzagging, you know what I'm saying? Zigzag pattern, got a little on him. Was about to hit the alley. The cop pulled up, hit the sidewalk, shot through the windshield, killed the brother. That's how much they hate you, man. And you crying because Corona's affecting them now. Like Donald Trump said. This is funny. I like that devil, man. That devil's funny. He wear his racism on his shoulder. He does not hide it. That's how I like my racists. I want all my racists to be like Donald Trump and that devil that Itazar was blazing on. That's how I like my razors. I want them to be flat out with it. Because let me tell you something, I don't give a damn about you either. Like I said, she better be glad that was ISIS are. Because what I would have said would not have been Facebook worthy. I wouldn't have said nothing scriptural at all. I would have cussed her clean out. You get what I'm saying? I would have said some things that, you know what I'm saying? Woo! Listen, she'd have came back with the KKK when I was done. Yeah, this the nigger that caught me right here. And we'd have been ready. You get what I'm saying? So lock. But let me tell you why the world shut down. I don't mean to get too far off subject. The world shut down is because this virus came from another nation. This virus came from another nation and affected white people. And therefore, in the white man's mind, guess what that was? That was an act of war. That's why the world shut down. If it wasn't an act of war, why did the world shut down?
Right.
It changed the whole world.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Overnight. That was an act of shut down everything. It wasn't just the Mexican borders now. Now it really is the China borders. Now they shut that down. No, you know what I'm saying? No more iPhone parts. Now you scared to death when you see something that say made in China. And let me tell you something. These nasty Chinese people, man, they are spreading that stuff on purpose. They spitting on stuff and rubbing it in. You get what I'm saying? They spreading that on purpose because once more, their government don't give a damn about them. Their government want them to die. You get what I'm saying? It's like a cleansing. That's what they're doing. And in order for the world to take notice, they understand one thing. We got to make sure everybody suffer. Right. That's the only way something's going to be done about it is that everybody suffer. We're not about to just die in silence. You know why? They won't just die in silence because they ain't no goddamn Christians. That's what a Christian wants to do. That's what a Christian wants every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to do, to die in silence. Don't say nothing about all the Black people dying. That's why you don't ever see them say nothing when Black people die.
Right.
They tell you don't be angry and then want to march and scream, we shall overcome, and sing and dance. Nothing has ever got done by that, man. You get what I'm saying? Nothing. But these oppressors, man, whenever something happens to their people, it is perceived as an act of war. They not. Why, let me ask you something. Why ain't the oppressors marching? Why come Donald Trump just didn't get together and march and sing and pray their way up out of this coronavirus? Why did he have to take measures to shut down the whole world? They should have just locked hands and we shall overcome Corona. Why they can't do that? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they know that singing and dancing and praying to white Jesus is not going to work. They take action. Let me tell you something, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. You need to do the goddamn same. You need to consider the works of the Lord and take action. And the best action that you can possibly take is joining yourselves to the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander Gen.YAHANNA. That's how you take action. But once more, I'm getting too far off. Let's pick up at, we're on verse 3. Let's rock it. Obadiah 1 and 3.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The great pride of thine heart.
The pride of thine heart haveth
Deceived thee.
Let me tell you something. The white man, Salaki, the oppressor, he is proud. How proud is he, you ask? Prime example. I'm gonna use Donald Trump again. He called it what? The Chinese flu. Right? They said, Donald Trump, you can't say that. That's racist. Why do you call it the Chinese flu? He said, because that's where it comes from. Let me tell you something. It's not called the white smallpox, is it? They didn't call it the European smallpox. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
They didn't call it the European AIDS virus.
Right.
Where's his disease is named after him? Because we know he's the king of spreading diseases. So that means that all these other diseases should be named after him, right?
Right.
But nah, he's not going to name it after him. You know why? Because he's prideful. He's going to name it after you and your nation. You get what I'm saying? He don't give a damn. Let's get some more in the scriptures.
The pride of thine heart haveth deceived thee. Thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock,
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Keep going.
whose hibernation is high.
Habitation.
Habitation, schlock. Whose habitation is high.
That's right. Keep going.
That saith in his heart.
That saith what?
That saith in his heart.
That saith in his heart. Keep going.
Shall bring me down to the ground.
Who shall bring me down to the ground? Ain't that America right there? Hey, listen, if this didn't describe the oppressor, who is it talking about? Whose habitation is high? It don't matter what major city you go to in the world, you're going to see condos and skyscrapers and all of that stuff. Super tall buildings. And who lives in all of them tall buildings? The oppressor does. Why? Because he's used to high habitations. He's used to dwelling in the cliffs of the mountains. You get what I'm saying? That's where he comes from. The Caucasus Mountains. They talk about they want their land back. Listen, don't nobody got a monopoly on them goddamn mountains. Take your butt back to the mountains if you want your land back. Ain't nobody stopping you, Mr. White Man. Go back to the mountains. We want your land back. Won't you make them Caucasus Mountains great again? Won't you make them Caucasus Mountains great again, man? Because let me tell you something. Because as long as you inhabiting land that's not yours, as long as you putting your hands on the Lord's chosen people, guess what's going to happen? The Lord is going to keep plaguing you and destroying you and wiping you out. And me and my brothers love it. Every minute of it. I hope you don't never learn your lesson. You get what I'm saying? When the Most High come back, man, it's really ugly. This is just him sending angels of plagues to plague you. To plague you, to get you ready for what's about to come. Now, I want you to read that the dwellers in the rocks again. Pick up.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart haveth deceived thee.
Right.
Thou that dwellest in thy cleft of the rock.
Right.
Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground.
Right. Now, once more, this is the oppressor. This is the European that the Bible is speaking on. I can prove it again. Let's get the next verse.
Verse 4. Though thou exalt himself.
Yep. Thou self
As the eagle.
Hold on. Though thou exalt themselves as the eagle. Let me ask you something. What animal is on the back of the dollar bill?
Eagle.
What's on the back of a quarter?
If I'm not mistaken, an eagle.
Right. All right. So my thing is this. What's on the top of the American flag in every courthouse?
An eagle.
All right. Let me ask you something. What is America's national bird?
An eagle.
You see the point? You get what I'm saying? The eagle. Only the oppressor exhorts himself is the eagle. You get what I'm saying? Like when you see them Confederate flags and like when they have them on like knives and stuff like that, it's usually the Confederate flag and then what bird is right next to it?
Eagle.
An eagle. You get what I'm saying? Like you can an oppressor can kill a black man and won't do a day in jail. But let an oppressor kill an eagle. He doing 50 flat. He gonna lock him up for them eagles. You can hunt every bird except an eagle. You get what I'm saying? You can't touch that eagle because that's their national bird. You get what I'm saying? The eagle represents America. The eagle represents the oppressor. Now, I want you to go to 2nd Ezra 15 and 58. 15 and 58. We're about to make a quick connection here.
2nd Ezra 15, chapter 15, verse 58.
Go ahead.
They that be in the mountain,
Hold on. Read that again.
verse 58. They that be in the mountains,
They to be who?
they that be in the mountains
Keep going.
shall die of hunger.
Shall do what?
Shall die of
Shall
hunger.
who?
Shall die of
Shall
hunger.
do what?
Shall die
Shall
of
die.
hunger.
Shall die. We're going to get the hunger part in a second. Take that from the beginning. One more time.
Verse 58.
Right.
They that be in the mountains shall die.
They that be in the mountains. Listen, there's only one group of people that be in the mountains. You get what I'm saying? It's only one group of people that's always in the mountain. They shall die of hunger. Keep going. No, take that from the beginning.
Verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh.
Let me tell you something. What is these grocery stores doing now? Go ahead.
Like they limiting everything to how much you can buy.
Right. Hey, listen, you go into these grocery stores now. If you ever seen that show, The Walking Dead, remember how they used to go in all the damn stores and the stores would just be completely bone dry? That's what we're coming to now. Pretty soon, these devils ain't gonna have nothing to eat but dog food. And let me tell you something. Well, let me ask you something. Who has a history of cannibalism? Go ahead.
The oppressor.
The oppressor. That's the oppressor's whole history of cannibalism. That's what he does. You get what I'm saying? You don't believe me? No sweat. I can prove it. Anybody ever hear of a dude called Jeffrey Dahmer? Go ahead.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
Yeah, that's because you're young. That's because you're young. Cat, right. You know who Jeffrey Dahmer is, right?
Yeah, the murderer that was eaten.
Damn right, Cat. Like even Cat, like Cap young, but he know. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeffrey Dahmer was a murderer that was eating people. He would fry up a piece of butt like it was pork steak. You get what I'm saying? And he's not the only one, man. There's so many oppressors that have been. Once more, somehow they get taken alive, Cat. Even though they eating people and murdering people, somehow they get taken alive. You get what I'm saying? And they get taken alive, and these people are straight cannibals. Cannibals. I got a question. Have you ever heard of a black man that was a cannibal? That's a famous black killer that was a cannibal? Neither have I. You get what I'm saying? We all know famous black killers, but not ones that was eating white people. After they kill the white man, they eat them. That's not what we do. You get what I'm saying? That's what they do. And let me tell you something. He wasn't even starving at the time. Grocery stores wasn't looking like how they look now. He could have simply went in there and got him some cow, some lamb, some turkey, some pig, whatever he wanted. You get what I'm saying? The oppressor eats everything, but he rather ate a person. He's not the only one either. There's a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, man. What's the name of that damn movie, man? But it's based on a true story. Go ahead.
I don't know if this is the movie you're talking about, but I'm gonna use this for example. Sweeney Todd.
No, that's not it. But yeah, that's.
I'm gonna say it for an example.
Yeah, no, but listen, that story came from somewhere. Now, a lot of people don't know about that. Like that's an old story. Like I think that originated in like the 1700s, 1800s. That story originated, and it just survived that long because now the story of Sweetie Todd is a barber who used to kill people and then cook them up. You get what I'm saying? Like that sounds like some oppressor stuff to me. But I think the movie I was talking about is two of them. One of them is, all right, I think one is The Devil's Rejects. I believe that was based in reality. You get what I'm saying? Where them people had all them dead bodies thrown around the house and was eating them and sleeping with them, having sex with the dead bodies and all of that. Like, that's their oppressor. And then the other one is, dang, it was just on the tip of my tongue. It's just on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me. But like that's what they do. Okay, now remember, everybody know this one, the Chainsaw Massacre movie with the dude Leatherface. That was based on a true story. That was based on a true story. Everybody watched that movie. They remake it like every year. Everybody watches that movie. Like, man, that was a good ass scary movie. I can't believe that. I would have did this. I would have did that. But what a lot of people don't know is that that's actually rooted in reality. This devil was going around with a chainsaw, chaining saw people up, deep freezer full of dead bodies, cooking them, eating them, wearing their face. Like, that's what they do. Read that scripture again, man. Read that scripture again. 58 from the top.
Verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink the blood of their own.
Keep going.
For very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
That's what's going on now, man. They limited. If you try to go to the store and buy 3 cases of water, they won't let you. It's 1 per customer. You try to buy 2 loaves of bread, they won't let you. It's 1 per customer. You get what I'm saying? Pretty soon, what do you think the oppressor's going to do when there's no more bread or water left, when everything is dried up? What do you think he's going to do? Go ahead.
Resort back to cannibalism.
That's in his nature to do that. He's willing to do whatever he has to do to survive. Let me tell you something. Not the children of Israel. So, like, Cap, what's that story about them 3 brothers when the king tried to get them to eat pork flesh, but they chose death and he filleted them alive and all that? Yeah. The king tried to get them. It was some king that tried to get them to eat pork flesh.
Yeah.
And then it was 3 brothers, wasn't it?
That was 6 brothers.
6 brothers.
And their mama.
Yeah, and their mama, and they tried to get them to eat, and they wouldn't, and he started filleting them alive and just torturing them, one after another.
Burnt them, cut them up.
Yeah,
did all type of stuff.
Did all type of wicked stuff because they chose not to eat unlawful food. They chose death before dishonoring the Lord. Let me tell you something. That's what it is to be in the UPK. But the white man, he's such a foul, Salaki, the oppressor, he's such a foul, wicked, animalistic beast that he's the only people on the face of this planet that looks at his life like it's some precious thing. He looks at his life above everybody else's. That's why only 80 of them had to die and they shut down the whole world. That's why. But yet still, 80 black men die in a weekend in Chicago and nothing shuts down in Chicago. They didn't shut down the school for a couple of days of mourning. They didn't do none of that. Church was still open. You get what I'm saying? Church was still open. Nothing shut down. Nothing shut down. Let me tell you something. Guns in Chicago is a plague. That's a virus. Why ain't it being treated like Corona? You get what I'm saying? That's a virus. That's a plague. Where did the goddamn guns come from? We don't own machine shops to make guns. We don't own Adon's guns, any of these gun stores. We don't own them. Where's these guns coming from? The oppressor, who is the devil the Bible speaks of. Let's get some more on the scriptures. Verse 39.
Wait. Shalaki, you 59?
Yeah, 59. Salaki.
Verse 59. Thou, as unhappy, Shalaki,
Shout.
Shout?
Yeah, like you shall do something.
I thought it was going to be like another word play.
Yep, you got it. Go ahead.
Shalt come through the sea and receive plagues again. Shalaki.
Keep going. Like, where did this come from? This came from China. You get what I'm saying? This had to travel the sea to get over here and destroy the oppressor. That's how this virus got here. It came all the way across the sea to destroy him. The Lord sent the angel across the seas. You understand? To make sure that the oppressor suffers. Let's get some more on the scriptures.
And in the passage, they shall rush on the idol city and shall destroy some
Portion.
Portion?
Yep.
Portion of thy land and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed.
Right. So return back to Babylon, which is destroyed, man. Let me tell you something, man. This is Babylon. You understand? This where we living at now is Babylon, and it's gonna fall. It's gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be all type of plagues that come all through this place. All right, we're gonna get a couple more scriptures. I want to go to let's start at Revelations 15 and 16. The last book in the Old Testament. You understand? The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, man, quit being afraid of this thing, man. You understand? Quit being afraid and understand that this was sent by the Lord to free you. Nope. We're going to start at Revelations 15 and 6. Hold on, let me make sure this is the one. All right, start reading. I want to show you where these plagues is coming from. I'm bringing this scripture out because I want to show you where the plagues is coming from. That's what you got to understand. You got to understand that this right here is sent from the Lord. Let's get it.
Revelation chapter 15, verse 7.
Go ahead.
And one of the four beasts gave.
No, 15 and 6.
15 and 6.
Yeah.
Watch. Revelation 15, chapter 15, verse 6.
Go ahead.
And the seven angels came out of the temple, having the seven plagues.
Having who?
7 plagues.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. When plagues come to the earth, how did they get here? How did they get here, warrior? We just read it. When plagues come to the earth, who's bringing the plagues?
The 7 angels.
Right, angels are bringing. Angels are breaking these plagues. You understand? We just seen it in the scriptures. Right here, 7 angels carrying the plagues. This is a plague that's coming. So let me ask you something. If there's a plague, then how is it getting here? The angels. Let me ask you another question. Who do the angels work for?
The Most High.
Damn right. The angels work for the Most High. I can prove that also. That's in the book of Job, when he called a council of the angels. All the angels showed up, did they not, sir? You know what I'm saying? And you know what they showed up and did? They gave a report on what they were doing. And guess who else showed up? Lucifer showed up. Let me ask you something. If Lucifer showed up, what is he doing there? He's reporting. Why is he reporting? Because he works for the Most High. He's not some independent entity running wild like the Christian church will have you believe. Christian church will tell you that he does what he want to do. No, he does the work of the Most High. You know why he does, or he has to do what he has to do? To prove, so you can prove that you're worthy of the Most High. So you can prove that you're worthy of getting a crown on your head. Because without it, anybody can fake it. Prime example, look at your goddamn Christian pastors. This whole time, these goddamn Christian pastors been taking stuff like this and and the whole crowd will fall back, and they've been healing the cripples and making this happen and that happen. They've been performing all these damn miracles, right? Why are they afraid then, sir? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If the Christian pastor has all this power and been waving his jacket and the whole church a tidal wave like that, a goddamn sporting event, you get what I'm saying? Then why are they afraid of the corona? Why come your Christian pastor just can't put his hands on your head and make the corona go away?
Right.
He making women get pregnant and all this other crap that they swear up and down they doing.
Right.
Joe Osteen got all this power, supposedly. Knows God talks to him personally, and he works through the Most High. But all of a sudden, when Corona comes, them Most High powers is gone, huh? Them powers is out of there, huh? He shut down his church. I seen the meme had me dying. So time to shut down the church again. Y'all be safe out there. At the Joe Osteen meme. You know what I'm saying? Listen, welcome TD Jakes. He got all this wisdom and all this healing and know how to handle all this stuff, right? Why is his church shut down? Why come he can't heal you from the corona? You understand? Because they frauds, man. Point blank period. Let's get Revelations 18 and 7. Revelations 18 and 7.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 7. How much she haveth glorified herself. And
Hold on. Just for context, we're going to go up one. Let's start at 6. Revelations 18 and 6. Let me tell you something. This is talking about America, Babylon. You know what I'm saying? America is a whore. You get what I'm saying? That's why I was referring to her as she in the scriptures. Because America is a whore. America has whored herself out to everything and everybody. That's why the Moabites is able to come over here and spread the corona. Why? Because America's a whore. That corona, it traveled in the goddamn Chinese food. You get what I'm saying? The same people that spreading it got restaurants here. They in there, I'm going to ship this to Chicago. I'm going to ship this to Washington, D.C. You get what I'm saying? Like the same people that spreading the disease has commerce here and they have restaurants in every major city. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt if this was a whole goddamn plan for them to pay back from Pearl Harbor and scrap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who knows? Because one thing that we do know is that they never love America and they will never make peace with their enemies. But let's get some more. Let's start at 6 real quick. Work our way down.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you,
Right.
and double unto her, double according to her works.
Now listen. What it's saying is that it's saying reward her even as she rewards you. Now, once more, this is a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian book. You have to understand what the scriptures are saying. It's saying that you reward America the way America has rewarded you. Let me ask you something, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. What has America rewarded you? Nothing but death, murder. You get what I'm saying? Death and murder. Let me tell you something. They plagued us, did they not? They killed off our Native Indian brothers with smallpox and all type of other diseases. You get what I'm saying? All type of other wicked diseases. So many of them I can't even count them no more. I remember it was a time in the old days. What was this, like the 17th century, 18th century, the Black Plague?
Right.
When I was spreading. Go ahead.
Now that you're saying that, I've been basically running around and telling people that I'm like, you want to know what? That's exactly what this reminds me of, and that's how everybody's basically
The
treated.
Black Plague.
It's like the Black Plague. Everybody was out there dying, and they just had the whole world in fear. There's no cure for it. We're all gonna die. The world's gonna go extinct.
Right.
That's how the white
Right.
Shalaki. That's how the oppressor is basically looking at this.
Right.
That's how they're trying to portray it onto the black man.
Right. Listen, that's funny that you say that because that disease right there came from who? The oppressor. But he didn't call it the white plague. He called it the Black Plague, like it came from us. It's the Black Plague. It came from black people over the Black Seas. Wait, what? You know what I'm saying? No, it didn't. That came from you being a wicked, nasty, foul animal. But let's get some more in the scriptures. But it's saying reward her double according to her works. This right here, this ain't nothing compared to what America got coming. This plague right here, you know how many plagues that America has put on us? You know, let me tell you something. The goddamn police is a plague. Seeing these heathens set up businesses in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian communities is a plague. Having my Native Indian brothers on the goddamn reservation is a plague. You get what I'm saying? All of that is diseases to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? The Christian church on every goddamn corner in our communities is a goddamn disease and a plague. You understand? We're going to reward you double. Let's get some more.
In the cup, when she have it, which she have it, filled, which she filled, no, I had that right. Which she have it, filled to her double.
Listen, you know what that cup going to be full of? Poison. We're going to fill it double and let you drink it down. You get what I'm saying? Everything that you've done to us is going to happen for you double. You understand? This ain't nothing. You crying about this and you're afraid about this. You listen, you goddamn coward. This ain't nothing. Your little people being sick, 80 people dying off first, and now you want to shut down the whole world? This ain't nothing. You's a goddamn coward, oppressor. The oppressor is a goddamn coward, man. This right here, Skelsum, sir, you ain't ready for the Most High at all. You're not ready for what's coming next at all. You're not ready for the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA at all. You are not ready for what happens next. You're not. You might as well go ahead and kill yourself now. Save yourself the trouble. You know what I'm saying? Save me the trouble. But, you know, honestly, it won't be no trouble at all. Because when the Most High come back, it is on, man. Let's get some more on the scriptures.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 7.
Go ahead.
How much she haveth glorified herself and lived deliciously.
Deliciously. Is that not America? America lives deliciously off the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
They always have lived deliciously off the backs of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is America. Who else is living deliciously in here? Because we not. We not at all. Like, I barely really watch the news, but I've been watching it lately because I take pleasure in seeing the oppressor scared to death. Like, that does my heart warm. Like, I see that, and it's a good start to my day. I'm like, oh, they're crying. Oh, look at them suffering. It's going to be a good day today. You know what I'm saying? That's how I start my day, seeing them suffer. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so like you. But the thing is this. Like, how dare you have the nerves to be afraid because you did wicked, foul things, and now a little something bad happens to you, and you shut down the whole world. You turn into a straight coward. You get what I'm saying? You've been living deliciously for too long. This is why every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian need to be happy that this is happening. Because now it's about to be a transition of power. This is just the beginning of it. Commander GEN.YAHANNA has been speaking on this for as long as I can remember, sir. He has told you this day is coming. He has told you, and he has told you again. He has told you, like now you see what the police are doing. The police, like, don't call us.
Right.
Police do you like the IRS. If the IRS owe you money, they be like, look, don't call us, we'll call you. That's what the police is telling you. Like, don't call us, we'll call you. You get what I'm saying? Like, he told you that this day, like, they was like, here's the funny part. They wasn't doing a goddamn thing to begin with. But he was telling you, like, now when there's crime in your neighborhood, guess what? They definitely ain't coming. These police officers is going to be patrolling the rich neighborhoods. That's who they're going to be patrolling, the rich neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be taking care of the rich people. Them is going to be the only people who's able to pay them. You ain't going to the slavery right now. The slavery is shutting down. The only reason this grocery stores is open right now is because the distributors still like, yeah, we can send some food. But pretty soon, all of this is going to drop. If it keep going the way I think it's going to go, well, I ain't going to say I think it's going to go because it's like, it ain't that bad. Like, it's not bad to me. I don't give a damn about this. This is nothing. Like I tell my brothers, if you can survive the crack epidemic, you can survive the corona epidemic.
All right.
It's that simple. Why come you didn't look at crack like it was the worst thing happening in the world? And why come the world didn't shut down when crack was doing all of this? You know why? Because it was simply killing blacks and Hispanics. It was killing us. That's why it wasn't a big deal. But if you can survive this, black man, Hispanic man, you can survive anything. If you can survive that crack, you can survive anything, man. This is nothing. This is nothing. I know all you people that love the oppressor now, they got all these oppressor friends. I know now you're keeping your distance from them now, huh?
Right.
You see they the #1 carrier of the disease now, huh? It's the Moabites and the oppressor with their little puny, weak, deficient immune system. You know what it is? Because everything on the planet hates them. Even stuff not on the planet. The sun hates the oppressor. That's why they can't be out in it for long. They get sunburned. The sun hates them. You understand? They're not even able to go out in the sun for long periods of time, man. Let's get some more in the scriptures, man. You glorified yourself for too long, man. You've lived deliciously for too long. Go ahead.
So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Ain't that what Donald Trump just got through saying? That's exactly what he just said. Listen, man, we ain't worried about nothing. We're going to come out stronger than ever after this. We're going to be great. America, we're still going to make America great again. Yeah, I'm going to let the little Mexicans go for right now. But soon as this is over with, guess who we hunting down again? Like, this is what he's thinking in his heart.
And if I could, he also said, people are dying
that never died before. Huh?
That's going over a lot of people's head, because he's saying it in stupidity. But what he's talking about is devils, people, oppressors are dying that didn't die before.
Right.
Black people have been dying.
You know right.
I mean? Like you saying,
right.
if it was over to blacks, you'd be like, well, man, this is bad. But we're moving on.
Right.
We got, what I'm saying? They would have kept the country going.
Right.
Since it's people that don't usually die like this.
Right.
Now it's a big problem. People are dying that weren't dying.
Right. You're right. He did say that. He did. And you put that out there. Like, that is funny, man. Because, like he said it in stupidity, and it did go over a lot of people's head. You know what I'm saying? It did go over a lot of people's head. Like, people are dying that ain't never died before. Who is he talking about? Because like Cap said, man, we been dying. We been dying out here. Right. So who's the people that ain't never died before? You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. This is a goddamn oppressor, man. It's the devil the Bible speaks of, man. And I pray the Lord send, what is this? What's it called? COVID-19? COVID-19. I hope the Lord send COVID all the way up to 56. That's what I pray for. I'm praying for that tonight. Send more evils and curses and punishment and destruction. That's why I miss the old perks. And death to the heathens. You get what I'm saying? That speak against us. Because that's all they've ever done was speak against the Lord's chosen people. You understand? Let's get some more in the scriptures, man. Like, he sees no sorrow. He said, people dying that ain't never died before. I don't see that sorrow. I can't see that. I'm not looking. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do everything to make sure that the people that's dying and ain't never died before don't die no more. Stay away from us. That's how he's feeling. Let's get some more in the scriptures.
Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues.
Hold on. Don't bypass that. Don't bypass that. Take that nice and slow and loud.
Verse 8. Therefore shall her plague.
Shall her who?
Shall her plague.
Shall her what?
Shall her plague.
Shall her mercy.
Her plague.
Shall her gifts.
Her plague.
Shall her it's going to be okay.
Her plagues.
Her plagues. Keep going.
Come in one day. Death and mourning and famine.
Listen, that is what's going on now. It's not enough of it if you ask me. But it's going on. It's enough to scare the piss out of these oppressors. These oppressors are scared to death. Go ahead, soldier.
That is like, I can't even tell you how surprised I am to even see this in the scripture.
Listen,
right now.
listen.
Like, that perfectly describes what is happening to America right
Most
now.
Christ. Damn right.
Death is the straight oppressors. That's why we even have the situation going on.
Right.
The mourning is just like, the whole world just shutting down.
Right.
And the famine everybody being terrified and buying up all the food,
Right.
like stocking up and trying to basically plan out like they fallout shelters.
Right. Right.
Like
You're absolutely right, man. Listen, man. That's why now you see what this Israelite school is all about, man. Nobody can break these scriptures down but the priests and prophets and I.S.U.P.K under command of GEN.YAHANNA.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? This right here is called Revelations. Revelation means what?
I want to say,
If I reveal something to you, what am I showing you?
the truth of it.
Right, I'm showing you. To Revelations means to reveal. You get what I'm saying? We're revealing what's going on, what's going to happen. You get what I'm saying? The Lord knew all this was going to happen before we was even born, before we was even thought of. You get what I'm saying? But in his mind, everything was thought of and everything was planned out because he's a supreme being, the supreme being. You get what I'm saying? Let's get some more. I want you to back that up so you can read that again.
Revelations chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day,
Right.
death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Listen, now once more, this is Revelations. This is still telling you what's going down. It said the plagues should come in one day, right? Just out of nowhere. Here's the plagues, right? Death, mourning, famine, and she should utterly be burned with fire. You know what's about to happen next? World War III. When there's no more food, no more water, death and mourning, what are people going to do? They're going to start fighting and killing and trying to survive. The other countries too. This is a worldwide pandemic. This ain't just to America. This is everywhere. Everywhere. Everybody gonna start calling it the China flu. China go be like, man, I ain't like hearing that. I'm about to bomb you right now. You know what I'm saying? Even say we got these missiles loaded with COVID-19. Death to America. Shoot the missile. You get what I'm saying? America's gonna burn in nuclear fire. That's what's gonna happen to America. It's gonna burn in nuclear fire. And you know what? Me and my brothers, we gonna be on the chariots watching. Well, actually, we ain't gonna be watching. Lord said we ain't gonna be able to see this, but we gonna be listening. I know I am. I'll be on my ear to the chariot, trying to ear hustle what's going on, seeing if I can hear the screams from in outer space. You get what I'm saying? Listen, it's going down. It's going down. You get what I'm saying? And this is going to be glorious. Let's get some more on the scriptures.
For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
Read that again.
Verse 7. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
For strong is the Lord God that judgeth her. Listen, let me tell you something. The Lord is a powerful, powerful, supreme being. And everything that he does is just. America's suffering and in fear and crying and mourning, worried about famine and all of that. That's what needs to happen. And this ain't even a taste. You get what I'm saying? Like I had to tell some brothers today, man, because once more, these Christians are really sad for this. They really feel bad for the oppressor. Whenever something happens to the oppressor, why do Christians feel so much pain and sorrow for them? Why is that? Well, I know why it is, but I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Come on, and you feel none of that for your brothers. Like right now, you go to the grocery store and you see oppressors in there sad, and you feel their pain. But yet and still, you hear how 30 million black kids are going to go hungry because the goddamn schools ain't open, and nobody feels no type of sorrow about that. Nobody feels no type of pain about that. You get what I'm saying? Nobody cares about that. Only people that care about that is the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. That's why we do what we do. That's why we've been telling you to separate. That's why we've been telling you to pay your goddamn tithes. You understand? You giving all your goddamn tithes to the Christian pastor who shut down his damn church. Shut down his church told you to attend class online and pay your tithes cash app. You get what I'm saying? He ain't got no healing. He ain't got no healing hands for you now. No holy water can save you now, huh?
Right.
Goddamn con artist. That's all he is, man. Let's get some more in the scriptures, man. I'm on Jeremiah 49 and 17. Jeremiah 49 and 17. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. He's a goddamn coward, man. And listen, we need to we need to clap it up for the Lord, man, to bring this fear and this death and terror onto America, man. You understand? Let's clap that up for the Lord, man, to put this fear into America, because it's long overdue, man. All you people that's living in fear and don't know don't know what's going on, fear of the plagues and all of that. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you like I told people today. Well, hey, congratulations, you're black. You understand? To be in fear every goddamn day, that's what it's like to be black in a ghetto. To not wondering if you're gonna die today because of a plague, that's what it's like to be black in a ghetto. You know what the goddamn fear of dying every day in and what the plague is? It's the goddamn police. Every time a cop pulls a black or Hispanic man over, that brother don't know if he's gonna die today. Not because he did something illegal. Not because he did something illegal, but because the police is monsters. That's what they are. They're monsters. And they're gonna murder you for no goddamn reason. They're gonna murder you just because they can. Because they can and they can get away with it. How many times have you seen police on Facebook and on YouTube talking crazy to somebody and they come straight up, I'll blow your goddamn brains out. I'll shoot you right now. Stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Listen, why are you talking to brothers like that? Why are you talking to brothers like that? It's one clip, man, that went around for the longest, man, where the cop told the brother to get his wallet. He told the brother to get his wallet. The brother went back in the car to get his wallet. The cop pulled out the gun, shot the brother all in the back, and then tried to lie about it. Said, I told him to put his hands up and don't move. It's clearly on the video you told him to get his wallet. When he went to get his wallet, you shot him. And then the brother's like, why are you shooting me? Why are you shooting me? Thank goodness the brother didn't die. You get what I'm saying? And then us being so destroyed, like the second they throw a couple of dollars in your face, you take it. That brother could have had millions. He settled for thousands. He could have had millions. Right now, had that have been me, the cop shot me like that, and I survived, go ahead.
Me personally, in today's generation, I'd have put him to death after that.
Listen, Most High Christ, man.
Like, being as the brother, I don't know if he had a family or not, but that day, they could have easily lost, like, somebody could have lost a father, an uncle, a grandfather, something like that. And that just shows how the world's really built.
Listen, only in the UPK do brothers and sons and fathers have the spirit of putting brothers of putting Salaki, not brothers, but putting these other nations to death when an offense is made, when an act of war is done. You get what I'm saying? Listen, that's how it's supposed to be. My enemies are supposed to be your enemies. Let me tell you something. Our Father is the Most High, all right? His enemies are my enemies. You get what I'm saying? Before I understood the truth of the Bible, I was a good little slave like everybody else. I didn't take this warfare as serious as I was supposed to take it. I was a good Christian. I smoked weed like a Christian,
Right.
told lies like a Christian, did all type of wicked things just like a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I had hatred for my brothers like a Christian. And you know what? I forgave the oppressor just like a Christian. Whenever Master was hurting, I felt some. That was me. I said, look at all these white people dying. That's wrong. Just like a Christian. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. I can't believe it. Somebody got to do something about this. They sending in donations. I got a couple of dollars. Like, that was me in the world. Feeling sorry for everybody else but my own. A brother asked me for some change. Get a job like the rest of us. What's wrong with you? You want some change, huh? Well, start with changing your life. Like, I was wicked. You get what I'm saying? I didn't understand, man. But now I understand. Like I said, thank the Most High for the UPK, man. that we understand, man, and we know how to separate and protect ourselves from filth that what's going on now, man. Because if we didn't have the spirit of the Most High on us, if we didn't have the teachings of Commander Gen.YAHANNA that he held on to since 1969, I don't know what that is. No sweat. But if we didn't have the spirit of the Lord, and we didn't have these teachings of Commander Gen.YAHANNA, we would be like the rest of the world. We would be afraid. We would be afraid of what's going on right now. We would see this corona, and we would be in panic mode.
Right.
We would be like, oh man, I can't believe this. We sick. We gonna die. Our country's gonna be destroyed. Like that's what we would be saying. Our country's going to hell in a handbasket. I can't believe this. No, we got to fight for America. I agree with Donald Trump. Like that's what we be looking like. We be looking like the rest of these coons out here. You get what I'm saying? Instead of wanting this to happen, so righteous leadership can take its course, man. It's time for righteous brothers to. Well, it's only one way for stuff like Corona to stop happening, and that's for the I.S.U.P.K to have total and absolute leadership under the Most High in Christ. That's what has to happen. Really, it has to happen before the Most High Christ gets here, and that's what's leading to now. It's setting up for that. Commander Gen.YAHANNA has prepared us for this. That when stuff like Corona happens, we don't care because we've been prepared for this. We've been training for this. We've been seeing this coming. We've been waiting on the fall of Babylon.
Right.
So we've always prepared for this. We've been prepared for the fall of Babylon. That's why we're not afraid. That's not why we're not scared. Did y'all not see the lamb slaughter footage? It was no social distancing there. It was brothers, let's shalom more crack. You know what I'm saying? That's all you seen all damn slaughter. Brothers hugging each other, man. Having the time of their life. You get what I'm saying? You can't even go to church and dance no more. Every other institution has shut down. The I.S.U.P.K is the only school still open. Your school is shut down. Our school is still running. Let's get them scriptures, soldier. Why your school shut down? Why your teachers don't love you? That's a lot, kid.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 8. My fault, Shalaki.
Wow, 49 and 17.
Yeah, Shalaki. Chapter 49, verse 18.
No, 17.
17. Shalaki again. 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation.
Hold on, I'm about to get there with you. We got Jeremiah 49 and 17.
Desolation. Everyone that Shalaki goeth.
Yep.
Goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hesh at all of the plagues.
Start at 16. So lock you.
Verse 16.
Jeremiah 49 and 16.
Thy terribleness. I can't see it.
Keep going.
Terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Letting you know who it's talking about. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
That holdest the height of the hill, though thou.
The people that holdeth the height of the hill. When it says that, now this is a war tactic, because if you're trying to take over something, right, the person that has the high ground has the advantage. You get what I'm saying? So the person that has the hill, it's harder for you to get up the hill. As you're coming up, it's easier for me to stab you down, push you down, kick you down. You get what I'm saying? Just to bring it up. So it's telling you who's in rulership. Keep going.
Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle.
Once more, letting you know who it's talking about, because the oppressor likes to set himself up high as the eagle. That's his national bird. He puts it on all of the money. It's on all the movies and everything else. Keep going.
I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord.
The Lord said, I'm going to bring you down. Keep going.
Also, Edom shall be a
Desolation.
desolation. Everyone has goeth. Shalaki.
Go.
Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Read that again. Read that from the beginning.
Verse 17. Also, Edom.
Who is Edom?
I wanted to say the oppressor.
Damn right. Edom is a nation.
I was just making sure I get right.
Edom is a nation. He's the Edomites.
That's what I just
And
said to myself.
they descend from who? What's the person name? Esau.
Hold up. No, dang it, Dad.
My fault.
I had it on the tip of my tongue.
No sweat. Esau. You get what I'm saying? And the nation of Edom descends from Esau. So it's letting you know who he's talking about. He's talking about the oppressor, who is the devil the Bible speaks of. Let's get some more. Take that from the top.
Verse 17. Also, Edom shall be a
Desolation.
desolation. Why do I keep on messing with that?
Edom shall be a desolation. What is desolation?
Educated guess. Isn't a desolation like just something that just falls apart?
You own it. You own it. Desolation was something that's totally destroyed.
Okay, I was close.
Totally destroyed. Edom shall be a desolation. Babylon should be a desolation. America should be a desolation. When you think of America, you don't think of black people. You don't think of Hispanic people. You don't think of the Indians. Who do you think of when you think of America?
The oppressor.
You think of the oppressor. You think of the white man. The white man is associated with America. We went over this a couple of classes ago when I was talking about the prefix. Like, my thing is this. Everybody else has a title. You have your African Americans. You have your Chinese Americans. You have your Native Americans. And then when it comes to the white man, you just have American. Where's his prefix? You know what I'm saying? No Euro-American. No European American. No Edomite American. No white American. You get what I'm saying? No nothing. Like, even when you fill out a job application, you see African American / black, then you see American / white. Or you usually just see white because they just automatically associate you with America. You get what I'm saying? Then they have other if you want to put something in there. You get what I'm saying? Shows you the pride of their heart, man. And when it says Edom shall be a desolation, it's talking about where Edom dwells. You get what I'm saying? So let's get some more.
Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
All the plagues thereof. You think this? Listen. You think this COVID-19 is the bee's knees, and this is as worse as it gets? Ha! You have no idea what is in store for you. Go ahead.
They're gonna be really upset when at one point some locusts just come out of nowhere.
Listen, they already got locusts in certain parts of the world, just flooding them bad, just bunch of locusts. They don't know what to do. Matter of fact, it's so bad that they applying the scorched earth tactics.
What?
They're trying to burn the locusts out. Have you seen this cat? Yeah, there's some parts of the world
I
already.
didn't even know that was a thing.
They trying to burn. They're basically trying to do like concentrated burnouts of the locusts.
Sounds like a good idea, though.
That's what they try to do. They're trying to burn out the locusts. You get what I'm saying? Because there's so much of them. So they like picking patches. So where they concentrated real thick at, they have like the plane come through and spray it, whatever. Then they set that part on fire. Then they have another plane come through and put the fire out. You get what I'm saying? Having concentrated burns. They don't want to burn too much because they're trying to control it. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What do locusts actually do?
They consume everything. So you got a cornfield, right?
Yep.
Here come the locusts, and there's so many locusts. Like you
I see how many there are. It's
like compared to grains of sand on the beach. You get what I'm saying? What do you think is going to happen to that corn in a matter of a couple of days? You get what I'm saying?
I don't want to say days. I'm gonna say
exactly.
Maybe
a day,
hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give it.
They consuming everything, and then there's so many of them and so much of them. Like you can't even drive nowhere. They in your car. They done blocked up your engine, your vents.
We blowing the whole mug up.
Yeah, exactly.
We like everybody in there. We blowing the mug up.
Listen, it's bad. That's why they're implying the scorched earth tactics. You know what I'm saying? They trying their best to get rid of them. But let me tell you something. That's a plague from the Lord. That's what that is. That's a plague from the Lord. Like when you see like when you see this, you're gonna be astonished. You're gonna be like, man, whoo! I'm glad I serve the Lord. I'm glad I serve the Lord. Listen, just like in Egypt, that's the whole purpose of the Passover, man. Because we didn't get plagued with the angel of death. He passed over us. We put that lamb up. We put that lamb blood over our boards, man, over our doors. So the angel of death came, seen that lamb's blood, was like, well, I'm not gonna murder anybody here. But look at this, no lamb's blood.
That's what I
Firstborns is gonna die. Listen, the Lord gonna send plagues like that. He gonna send angels like that. Where it ain't just your firstborn that dies. Everybody in your house is gonna die. You get what I'm saying? That's what kind of plagues he's gonna send. Everybody in your house is going to die. Keep playing with him, man. That's all you got to do is keep playing with him, man. I want you to read that verse 17 one more time, and then we're going to move on to another verse.
Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereover.
Right.
Verse 18.
Don't worry about it. We're about to move on. Let me get Jeremiah 50 and 13.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord.
Because of what?
Of the wrath of the Lord.
Because of his love.
The wrath of the Lord.
Because America's great and he wants to help make it great again.
The wrath of the Lord.
Keep going.
It shall not be inhabitable.
Listen,
inhabited.
Just because of the wrath of the Lord, America's not going to be inhabitable. It's not going to be inhabited. This place is going to be desolate for a little bit, man. This place you're not going to be able to live here. It's going to be so plague ridden. It's going to be so much fire and brimstone. It's just going to be like fires burning for like 3 years. Mountains is going to be on fire just burning for like years. You're going to be like, God damn, that mountain was burning when my son was 2 years old. My son is 30 now. Why is that mountain? Is that a volcano at this point? What the hell? Like, it's going to be bad, man. It's going to be bad. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be bad. The Lord is not playing. Let's get some more.
But it shall be woolly.
Where you at? Yeah.
13.
Holy. Woolly desolation. Totally desolate.
Woolly desolate.
Yeah.
Woolly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon.
Everybody that goeth by where?
Babylon.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to read this in today's term. Everyone that goeth by America. Everyone that goeth by America, by the United States. Keep going.
Shall be astonished.
Shall be astonished. Everybody that goes by the United States is going to be astonished. Keep going.
And hiss at all her plagues.
And hiss at all the plagues. They're going to be like, I ain't going near there. You see that? Them niggas still got them. Them niggas got covert. How you say it? The virus. How you say it?
COVID-19.
Yeah, they gonna be like COVID. They gonna be like, I ain't going there. Go where? I ain't going there. Nigga, them niggas got COVID 88. Use a fool to go around there. Every year it's a new one, and it just mutates. And anything like, listen, the nuclear, it kills. They say it kills nuclear bacteria. That's how messed up it is. Like, it's gonna be horrible. Like, listen, ain't nothing gonna survive, man. It's gonna be horrible, man. All that stuff is gonna be put to death, man. Be putting brothers to death. You have something you want to bring out, soldier? You have something you want to say?
No, I'm all good.
All right, no sweat. I want to get a couple more scriptures and then we're gonna wrap it up. Let's get 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. And Apocrypha.
Yep, I got you.
Understand, like I said, what you need to understand, Christians, and quit feeling sorry for the oppressor, and quit trying to love the oppressor, and quit trying to pray your way out, and quit getting on the news. I'm tired of seeing these goddamn black Christian pastors. I ain't seen not one Christian pastor on the news that was white yet. Right. I see nothing but black Christian pastors on the news. Talk about we just got to put our faith in the Lord and pray our way out of this. Go ahead. Somebody want to bring out, soldier?
No, now that you say that, I don't think I've ever run into a Christian pastor that was white before. Like, the only time I think I've ever ran into one is like Pope. That's pretty much about it.
Listen, I wouldn't even consider that a pastor. That's just a straight Satanist right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of Satan's minions.
Yeah. You ever look at the Pope, man? To me, that nigga look like an old ass vampire. Like he just woke up like this. Like the Pope woke up like this. Like, go ahead. He looked like one of them cats off of Underworld, man. Like one of the vampire elders. You ever see the Pope?
Go ahead. Like, if you ever played Assassin's Creed 2 in particular, like every single time you'd go down and chase the Templar, you would have to go after the Pope, right? And he would just, like, I don't know what it was about it, but he reminded me of just like a regular Christian pastor. I don't know what it was.
Listen, that's where the Christian pastor learns from. That's who he hopes to be. You get what I'm saying? And this plague has everything to do with everybody else except the Lord. They refuse to give the Lord any kind of credit for this virus right here. Right. Let them tell it this virus is not of the Lord, and the Lord ain't got nothing to do with it. And if that's the case, why is it here? Don't the scriptures say a bird won't fall from the sky without his word, without his consent? So why the hell would a virus be here if the Lord didn't want it to be here, sir? Can you explain that to me? All right. You get what I'm saying? If a bird won't fall from the sky without his say so, how the hell can a whole virus come and he ain't gave his word for it to be here? How is that possible? Let's get that scripture, soldier.
15:7.
Ezra 15 and 2.
All right. Chapter Ezra's 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 2.
Go ahead.
And cause them to be written in paper.
No, 15 and 5.
15 and 5.
2nd Ezra 15 and 5.
All right. Chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
I will bring plagues.
He will bring who?
I will bring plagues.
He will do what?
I will bring plagues.
One more time.
I will bring plagues.
Take it from the beginning.
Verse 5. Shalaki. Behold, saith the Lord.
Saith who?
Saith the Lord.
Donald Trump.
Saith the Lord.
The Chinese man.
The Lord.
Whoever runs China, man.
The Lord.
I said China.
The Lord.
Damn right. Saith the Lord. Keep going.
I will bring plague.
He will do what?
I will bring plague.
Once more, my question is this. Why come you're calling this a plague, but you don't want to get a Lord credit for it? Let me tell you something. Why is the world shut down if this is not a plague? You're not about to shut down the world for something other than that, are you not, Cap?
Right.
The world is shut down. Kroger's closed at 6 o'clock. Like, goddamn. Like, why is everybody so afraid if this isn't a plague? This is a plague. And then you hear goofy people like Donald Trump saying, no, I don't think this has anything to do with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I don't think God sent this plague here, but I am going to let the Mexicans out, though. I'm not locking up no more Mexicans. Just in case it is from the Lord, I don't want to piss them off anymore. I don't give them credit, but I've been listening to the UPK, and they're telling me this is why this is happening. So let's just see if I let these Mexicans go. Will the Lord just ease up just a little bit, even though I don't think it's from him. You get what I'm saying? That's what these devils are doing. You don't think the world is watching? Let me tell you something. The world tries to act like they don't know about the ISUPK under Commander General Yohanna.
Right.
They try to act like they don't know. They try to act like they ain't watching. But let me tell you something. If I say a set of keywords in a particular order, they would shut down this whole damn Facebook page, the YouTube page. They're going to flag it. But if you don't know who we are, why are you watching us so tough? How are you knowing what we're saying? How are you knowing what we're doing? If you don't know who the I.S.U.P.K is under Commander General Yohanna, why are we on the FBI's watch list and considered a hate group? If you don't know who we are, if we ain't making no noise, you get what I'm saying? Why are we on the list? Let me tell you something. Right now, there's a group of devils somewhere, and their only job is to watch us and watch every move we make and every video we put out and everything that we say, run it up the chain and say, well, they said this. They said that. Listen, you keep on thinking these people don't believe in the Lord. These people believe in the Lord. Their job is to get you not to believe in the Lord. Because if you don't believe in the Lord, guess what you're going to do? You're going to self-destruct and destroy yourself. If you don't believe in the Lord, guess what you do? You take all your power away from you. All your power is stripped when you don't believe in the Lord. When you don't serve the Lord, all your power is stripped from you. That's why a Christian is so goddamn weak. Because he doesn't believe in the Lord and he doesn't serve the Lord. That's why everything is stripped from him. He's soft. He's soft. He has absolutely no power. But let me tell you something. These people know who you are. These people know who you are. They're watching the I.S.U.P.K. in every move that we make. Every breath we take, every step we take. They watch it. Let's get some more in the scriptures. Take that from the top, if you would, soldier.
Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues unto the world.
Unto who?
Unto the world.
Upon the world. Saith the Lord, I will bring plagues unto the world. He's going to bring plagues to the world. This thing is worldwide. Convert, how you say it?
Convert.
How you say it? Covert?
Oh, COVID-19.
COVID-19 is all over the world. It's in China, Japan. It's in New York. It's in Canada. It's in, you name it. It's everywhere.
Italy and London.
Right. Italy, London. Any place you think of. Norway, it's everywhere. Wherever there's a devil, there's COVID-19. Let's get some more.
The sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Ooh, read that again, man. That brings my heart joy to hear this. Read that from the beginning.
Verse 5. Behold.
Second Ezra 15 and 5. Read that again.
Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues unto the world, upon the world, sword, famine.
Go. Read that the right way.
The sword.
The who?
The sword.
The who?
The sword.
Keep going.
Famine.
What?
Famine.
Say it again.
Famine.
Keep going.
Death.
What?
Death.
Who?
Death.
And death. Keep going.
And destruction.
And destruction. Woo! Listen, this plague is from the Lord. He's going to bring a sword. He's going to bring famine. He's going to bring death. He's going to bring destruction. Listen, he's already brought the sword. I remember we tried to go grocery shopping just to get a little something. The grocery stores was empty. So we went to the gun store. We had to go get more guns, sir. I was like, damn, they can't buy, they ain't letting a nigga buy no food. Let's go buy more weapons. You know what I'm saying? We went to the gun store. You get what I'm saying? And that thing was empty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had to take the scraps. We'll take 2 of those, 4 boxes of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's the sword the Lord is talking about. The modern day sword now is a gun. That's a gun nowadays. The Lord is bringing this, man. This is brought by the Lord. Quit acting like the Lord ain't got nothing to do with it. Niggas have turned into Ike and Tina Turner. Instead of what's love got to do with it, what the Lord got to do with it, huh?
Right.
I'm telling you, man, anything to try to keep blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians from taking power and giving the Lord credit, that's what they're going to try to do. They don't want to give any credit for the Lord or any of that, man.
Right.
And all of this is going on because the oppressor is such a wicked beast. That's why. He's such a wicked beast. I want to pull a couple more scriptures and then we're going to shut it down. I want you to go to Hebrews 12 and 16. Hebrews 12 and 16. Actually, before you go to Hebrews, since you're already in 2nd Ezra, go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. We just read where the Lord is going to bring plagues to the earth, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. We just read that in 2nd Ezra. You got Ezra 6 and 9? Ezra 6 and 9. Ezra 6 and 9. Let's get it.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9.
Go ahead.
For Esau, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Esau.
All right, just making sure. For Esau is the end of the world.
For Esau is who?
The end of the world.
Let me tell you something. If there's an oppressor in charge, it's the end of the goddamn world. Point blank, period. Keep reading.
In Jacob.
And who?
In Jacob.
Let me ask you something. Who is Jacob?
Black.
That's the progenitor of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You get what I'm saying? Like the oppressor descends from Esau. You get what I'm saying? We descend from Jacob. You get what I'm saying? Point blank, period. Now keep reading.
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it.
Listen, we need these oppressors to die off so we can be the beginning of the world. These oppressors are the end of the world. We are the beginning of it. You understand? Point blank, period. Just like that. It gets no more clear than that. Go to Hebrews 16 and 12. Let me show you why all this stuff is happening. We just read where the Lord is going to send these things to destroy the world. We just read why. Because Esau is the end of the world. He's destroying the world. He's killing everything. He's destroying everything. He's the end of this. You understand? Hebrews 12 and 16. And when you getting that,
You said 6 and 12.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? No, 12 and 16. Hebrews 12 and 16. Hebrews 12 and 16.
12 and 16.
Yep. Ugh, lock you. I think this is going to be the last one. Then we're going to shut it down. I didn't mean to go this long. Let's rock it out.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Lest there be any
Profane.
Hockey?
Profane.
Profane.
Yeah, Hebrews. Where you at? Hebrews 12 and 16.
Fornicator.
Oh, my fault.
Lest there be any fornicator or profane person.
Yeah, my fault. I was trying to go off memory. I wasn't there with you. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person. Keep going.
As Esau.
Keep going.
Lucky.
Keep going.
As Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Schlocky.
Listen, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, lest there be any more person more wicked and profane and disgusting and a liar and deceitful, a murderer, a raper, a robber than the oppressor. For one morsel of meat sold everything. You get what I'm saying? sold everything, and then stole it back. That's what the oppressor did. He sold everything and then came and stole it. Because he's a goddamn thief and a robber, a rapist, a pillager. You name it, that's what he is, man. You name it would be on the face of the planet, man. He's gonna find and kill it. All right, we're gonna end it with this one, man. Let's get Hebrews, it's lucky not Hebrews, but 2nd Ezra 15 and 11.
Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and with plagues.
And do what?
And smite Egypt with plagues.
Let me tell you something. Egypt simply means bondage. This is our captivity. He's going to smite America with plagues. He's going to destroy America with plagues, man. And nuclear. That's how America's going to get destroyed, man. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
Smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy.
As who?
As before.
You know what it says as before? Go ahead.
This is going off an educated guess because, like, we were already out of slavery before once.
Right.
The oppressor put us right back in there.
Right, because we escaped Egypt, like Egypt before.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're right back in it here in America. And that's like he destroyed Egypt with plagues before.
He's going to do it again.
He's doing it now with America. Consider the works of the Lord. That was the first scripture we brought out today. Consider the works of the Lord, man. Consider what the Most High is doing for you. Consider what he is about to do for you. We get the rest of that. And we'll destroy.
I'm just going to start from the beginning.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land of thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be
And the foundation
should
should be smitten
with the plague and punishment of God shall bring upon it.
That's right. Clap that up for the Most High, man. Clap that up for the Most High, man. We about to go ahead and shut class down, man. You understand? I just want to come share a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everybody that was rocking it out with me hardcore. Cap, as always, one of the most hardcore brothers in all of Israel. Clap it up for Captain Kaposh, man. Mighty man in this truth, man. Always putting in brick. Like, this nigga been at the school all day. Hey, he ain't playing no games, man. He's all about that warfare, man. And you can learn how to do that too, man. Only thing you got to do is join the I.S.U.P.K, the Commander GEN.YAHANNA, man, and start putting in this brick and getting ready for this warfare, man. Because it's here. It's time now. It's time to get it in. And with that being said, shalom. Go ahead and kill a soldier.
Also, go to YouTube.
Make sure everything cut off.
All right, I just hit the Facebook.
Go to YouTube. Commander GEN.YAHANNA just put out an announcement.
Yeah, we did.